Thanks for joining us from the Ohio AgNet, the voice you know with the news you trust studio, sponsored by BASF, where you can count on the trusted performance of Allevo seed treatment to protect your soybean crop. I'm Dusty Sonnenberg. Under partly cloudy skies, the sun is peeking out here and there with a few flurries in the air. It's 28 degrees on the barn thermometer, but it feels more like it is in the low teens. A couple quick programming notes. Tune in on Monday as the Ohio Field Leader Roadshow makes its last stop for the year. We are down in Clark County at the farm of Brian and Jennifer Harbage. The Ohio Field Leaders are project to the Ohio Soybean Council and your soybean checkoff. Also coming up on Wednesday, we'll have our monthly check-in with Farm Credit Mid-America. They'll be sharing the results of this year's Fight the Hunger, Stock the Trailer campaign. Turkey making agricultural headlines today as Ohio produces 6.4 million turkeys each year. That's 3.2% of nation's total. Now, Thanksgiving remains one of the most widely celebrated holidays in the United States, with over 90% of Americans observing the tradition each year, and for many it ranks as a favorite holiday, bringing family and friends together around a meal that often centers around that iconic dish of roast turkey. Now, few people actually consider the agricultural effort, though, behind getting that many turkeys ready. Each year, it's estimated 46 million turkeys are consumed on Thanksgiving Day alone, with production largely concentrated in a handful of states. We mentioned Ohio being one of those. Now, as the holiday nears, these leading turkey-producing states are working hard to support millions of Thanksgiving tables nationwide. Statistically, as we said, Ohio produces 3.2% of America's turkeys. In 2024, Ohio raised 6.4 million turkeys with an average weight of 42.7 pounds per bird. So in total, Ohio produced 275 million pounds of turkey last year, and that's the 8th highest in the nation. As Americans eat less meat, however, turkey production is also down nationwide. Per capita turkey production peaked in 1996 at 26.8 pounds per person, but in 2024 that dropped to just 19.3 pounds a person, a decline of about 28%. That reflects America's growing preference for plant-based diets and reducing their overall meat consumption in some ways. Now, higher prices also play a role. Turkey prices did increase from 80 cents a pound in 2018 to $1.40 in 2023, despite falling to 94 cents a pound for a year in 2024. Those costs are expected to climb to an annual average of $1.19 a pound, that by the end of this year. Now, that's the general price. It's going to vary, obviously, with the holiday and what you were paying, whether it was a loss leader or where you got your bird. Nevertheless, the birds are getting larger. The average turkey size in the U.S. has nearly doubled since the 1960s, climbing from just 17.7 pounds in 1960 to nearly 33 pounds in 2024. Let's take a look now at your Friday weather forecast, brought to us by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance, online at seedconsultants.com.
Your Friday finishes out relatively boring. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin. Quick forecast update for you here. Not much going on for the rest of this afternoon or even tonight, but tomorrow we start with a little sunshine trying to peek through before clouds build. Massive weather system is moving out of the Central Plains and into the Great Lakes and Corn Belt. I think this weather system is going to be largely sparing Ohio. At this point, I'm going to say a coating to maybe 4 inches of snow. The biggest chance of snow is going to be in northwest Ohio Saturday night through Sunday. But I think we see rain farther south and southeast and minimal moisture overall in Ohio. The low tracking in an area that has the best snows farther west in Indiana, Michigan, Illinois, Wisconsin. I'm Ryan Martin.
Thanks, Ryan. Stay tuned. We'll be back to take a look at your markets after this.
When you're buying seed, there's more to a transaction than money. You're exchanging time and trust, hoping each decision adds up at harvest. Seed Consultants sales professionals don't take that lightly. With products made to excel in the Eastern Corn Belt and agronomic knowledge that stands up to the test, we're all about the same things you are: reliability and results. Buy into a better seed experience. Visit seedconsultants.com to view our corn and soybean lineup.
Let's get an analysis on today's markets from Leist Mercantile. Here's Ryan Metzger.
This is Ryan Metzger with Leist Mercantile, providing you with your USDA export weekly sales. Because of the government shutdown, we are slowly getting the backlog of data released by the USDA. The following sales date back to the week ending October 16th. The announced export sales of corn were recorded at 2.8 million metric tons. which was above industry expectations and well above the 977,000 metric tons of weekly sales we would need to see in order to keep with the USDA export targets. On soybeans, we had announced export sales of 1.1 million metric tons, which was above industry expectations and well ahead of the 654,000 metric tons needed to keep with the USDA export targets. And lastly, wheat announced export sales for the week ending October 16th came in at 341,000 metric tons, which was below industry expectations, however, well above the 170,000 metric tons needed to keep with the USDA export targets.
Thanks, Ryan. Let's take a quick look now at your markets, brought to us by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance, online at seedconsultants.com. December corn is trading up 4 1/4 cents at $4.36. January soybeans trading 4 1/4 cents higher at $11.35 3/4 cents, and wheat for December trading up a half a penny at $5.29 1/2 cents. In livestock, December live cattle are trading $3.15 higher. December lean hogs up 77 1/2. Thanks for joining us. This is the Ohio AgNet.